Hi, I'm Blaize Matrix, and you're watching Orgasm Central TV.
So how did you get started in this industry?
My husband, he had been telling me for years that I have sexy feet, and he thought everything about me is so sexy. And finally told me, he was like, you know what? You should sell feet pictures. Like, this is a big thing. And he loves all kinds of sexual activity or any kind of freeing activity. And so he was like, you should try this. And so I researched it a little bit and I thought, there's no way I could do this. Like, these women are beautiful and they're so confident and exude this. And it's like, ooh, and it's like, oh, that's not me. I'm a nerd. There's nothing that I felt that I embodied. And so finally, after researching it and listening to people and talking, they were just giving their ordinary stories. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this. And so I started looking around at things and researching, and I found Texas Foot Parties, which are ran by Phoenix Stacy, and she was phenomenal at everything she did and very welcoming. And I thought, man, this is a community that I am excited to be in, and I need some help because I have no idea what I'm doing. I come from a medical background, so I had no idea what I was doing. And I thought, all right, let's try this. And I asked Stacy to be my agent, and she took me in and under her wing, and she made me into a big success that I never imagined. So that's how I came here.
Yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream
Yes,
right there.
yes, I love everything about this, and I get to do all of the fun parts and make people's dreams come true and their fantasies come true. And she does all of the stuff that I am not so inclined with.
So what do you love most about your work?
That I get to make people's fantasies and dreams come true. How can one not love getting paid to do that? You get to, I get to know a lot of my clients because I have a lot of repeats. And the stories that I get to hear from them and learn from them, and in turn learn about that fetish. It's very interesting to me how one can pleasure themselves and how they learn what makes them happy, what makes them get lost in the moment. So I get paid to make people's dreams and fantasies come true and allow them to be themselves. And what more can anyone wish for? I think that's perfect.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking phenomenal job.
Yes. It's like I said, I get to do all of the fun, great things and be around the people, and Stacy does the rest of it. So I get to live my dream life by doing that. So I am very thankful.
So what was your favorite scene to shoot?
My favorite scene to shoot. Gosh, okay. So I like a lot of different scenes, of course. There's a few that stands out. I would say my underwater shoot. The first time I had ever gotten in scuba gear and did an underwater shoot, and it was amazing. I loved every bit of it. It wasn't the easiest thing because I had never been in scuba gear and trying to stay at the bottom of a pool. Like, you had to have weights on while you were trying to do your activity. And so it was so interesting to me and fun. And I got to do it with two of my greatest friends, two of the ladies that I love most in this industry. And so that was the perfect day for me, and I got to learn something. And I love being in water anyway. I would be in it every day. So it was perfect for me. And I am hoping, I haven't booked a lot more with them, but I am hoping maybe that will continue and expand.
So, what studios are you dying to shoot with in the future?
Mm, I don't really have any. I have to give a shout out to all of the productions that I have worked with, but I don't really have anybody. I didn't know that I wanted to work with anybody. Uh I don't really know about the different producers. I can't even pretend to be knowledgeable about that. Again, I just get to do, I am told where I get to go or where I'm flying to or who's coming in. And then I learn about that person then. So I can't pretend that I look up producers and go through any of that. So I don't even know if you're supposed to say that out loud. Because, but I don't spend a lot of time working on that. I spend my time with my clients or uh, the uh, other models that I work with. That's where I spend the majority of my time. So I don't research a whole lot. I hear other things from different models, but none of them stick in my head to want to shoot with them just because I don't think about that. I know it's like that's not a good answer.
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
not,
There are no
Richard, I'm
wrong
not
answers.
your best interview at all.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. I've had worse interviews. Don't worry. But anyway, according to the 2022 Free Speech Coalition, 46% of adult workers have been restricted on services like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. 36% of adult performers have lost at least one bank account. 55 have been denied insurance because of their background, and half have been denied a loan because of sex work. What do you think of those statistics?
I think that I don't put a lot of stock in any statistics, and I don't. I'm a big believer in make your own reality. So those things, if you want to do this work and you want to make a living out of doing it, you can do it. I don't care what a statistic says. You'll get paid. It doesn't matter. You'll get paid. You will get to do what you want to do. There's no statistic that is going to stop um, what we do. There's no statistics that's going to stop people from seeking us out because most of those bans and things that are negative that are happening in the physical plane right now are those things are all crumbling, first of all. And second of all, those people that put those laws into place and preach so loudly about all of those statistics that you said against all of those and getting those bans, those are the people that are looking for us. We There's a lot of people that have certain beliefs in public and in private they are much different, and I know from working in different places that I've worked that there are people from every facet that come to see me. During this fetish modeling, I also worked at the Bunny Ranch. I don't know if you're aware of what that is.
I am.
Okay, so I worked there as well, and wow, we signed in, NDAs, and so, but there are people that are staunch in their disapproval for what we do, but again, they are coming to see us, in different sex work, or I guess I don't even know if because a lot of this I don't feel is sex work, so I guess that's just a generalization, but it doesn't matter. Those people that are putting those statistics and wanting other people to see them and voting against this and that, they're doing the same stuff that everybody else is, so they don't want us to go anywhere anyway. So I don't put any stock into statistics whatsoever, and I think that all of that is coming to an end anyway. People are tired of what is being shoved down our throats through mainstream media.
Yeah, people people are tired of it because it's very biased.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It is all bought, right? It's all owned by one conglomerate. Like it's just, but, and I think that that's all crumbling. I believe that the good is here, and I believe that the acceptance for this work is, I believe it's here. I don't believe it's coming. I believe it's here. Where in my reality, I am accepted everywhere I go. My reality, I guess, isn't the same as everyone else's, but I guess I'm living proof that it can be. I guess if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, you're living proof. You're the fucking American dream.
I feel that too.
But yeah, but like you said, yeah, people are tired of the mainstream media. I don't know your politics, and I won't ask because I don't want to pry. But it's like I do notice that there is a huge, especially with this election, actually the last few elections, there's been a divide between the parties very harshly. I don't know. Have you noticed that? Or...
Oh, 100%. Two sides to the same coin, and they're create divide, any way to keep people distracted from what's really truly going on. So create that divide, create that hate, pretend that it's there, and feed it as best you can. And that's what people are doing. And I my other work that I do full time, because I do this for fun, more so. And my other work, it's like I see the things that are happening, and I am proud of how this the shift is taking hold. More people are coming on to that to assist with a collective conscious and believe that we can all do this together. Let's just accept each other. Let's get our village going. Like, so I think that all of this is coming to where people will be able to do exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and live their lives the way that they want to. And as long as it's not hurting anyone, then do it. If it's not hurting anyone, it brings you joy, and then do it.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I think I honestly, just in my opinion, I don't think either party helps sex workers, liberal or conservative, because liberals, they say they like workers, but then I don't really see them doing that much or making podcasts or making platforms for sex workers.
Yeah,
And then conservatives just outright say they just don't like it. But
yeah,
either way, like liberals have their own houses like ABC and NBC, which are are owned by billionaires. And then conservatives, uh, they're probably owned by the Koch brothers because according to the movie Vice about Dick Cheney, I don't know if you saw that movie.
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, it was when Christian Bale played Dick Cheney. According to that movie, um, the Koch brothers were sending out big checks to these conservative think tanks like the Heritage Foundation and Grover Norquist's uh, Americans for Tax Reform, and just telling them what to say, what to think, and just like uh, investing in those conservative think tanks.
Mhm.
But either way, like both parties, liberals and conservatives, they get their views and clicks from baiting and either rage baiting or fear mongering.
Yeah, because that's what gets the most attention. And it's like, but so I don't watch TV. I don't follow anything. I don't pay attention to the outside world. And this is coming from someone. I used to watch the news every day. I would have it in the background all the time, and I was enraged by politics. I was very politically charged and had my deep opinions. And then my husband was like, "Man, don't watch that. Stop watching it." And so I just finally stopped watching it, and that just helped change me. And then I continued on my journey through things. And now I don't watch TV. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to other people's opinions that have nothing to do with me. I know what I'm doing. I mind my business. I have my family. I have my friends. I know how they all feel. I take time with that, and I continue working on building my future, building my empire, and that's what I have time for. I'm not going to waste time watching something on TV that is only a fraction of the picture that they want you to see. I don't need that. I don't that doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't give me any knowledge. It doesn't bring me joy. It just shows me again what they want me to see, and I don't need to see that. So my eyes are awake. I'm open now. I see things much differently, and I don't need those statistics, because those statistics that you said earlier would have probably detoured me, like, oh my gosh, like why would anybody want to get into something that's so savage? And it's like, man, so because I used to beat statistics, that I used to think that those meant something. And then it's like, no, I if you're going to do something and you want to do it, you're going to find a way.
Yeah, I did. That's kind of why I started this Orgasm Central TV, because it's like I can't speak for other men, but I think the sexiest thing a woman can be is really ambitious.
That's yeah. And I don't know one person in this fetish industry, however it looks, if because while I'm not driven with the fetish industry so much, mine isn't a different, but I'm still driven. But you can't be in this industry and not be driven. The connections that I've made in this industry have been the strongest connections I've ever made in my life. These people, I love them. I would do anything for them. We help each other build our empires. It's like, hey, we know that we can do it on our own, but we don't have to. So this community that I use and I have to say, I used to be against all of that I support now. Like I drank the Kool-Aid, as they say, and I went by what I was supposed to do. And I lived the life like a good little soldier, and I worked hard, and I went to school, and I did everything right. And uh, it was very unfulfilling and very sad. And I didn't have good connections with people. Let me rephrase that. With very many people. They were very superficial acquaintances now that I look back, and it's like, oh, and they weren't even my friends. Like, because as soon as you would get up, they would talk about you. And it wasn't just you, it was everyone. They were doing that with everyone. So it's like, oh, well, okay, you can't take this personally. But these connections that I've made with these people since I have joined the lifestyle they have been more solid and deeper, truer connections than anything I've ever known, anything I ever imagined or dreamed about. And the support that I feel from them is astronomical. So I am just very thankful for being open minded and having the views that I have now and being around the group of people that I have. I'm all
Yeah,
over the place, Richard. I know I'm all over
no,
the place.
no, it's cool. I mean, a lot of these interviews are more like therapy sessions anyway, so it's fine. You can just unload and say whatever you feel. But, but yeah, yeah, like you're an ambitious woman. You very passionate. I don't think you're just here for the money. So.
Oh no, no. I when I first got into it, I was like, "Ooh, yeah, there seems to be some good money in talking to people." But then whenever I was like, "Man, this is hard, hard." Like it was so hard whenever I first started before I found Stacy, because I didn't have a clue, and so I didn't have it wasn't so much a passion. It was just ooh, I want to do this. My passion was doing the actual work. It did not lie in any of the admin duties that I do not excel at whatsoever. I'm a math and science. That's where my head is, and that's where uh, even I'll turn anything into that. So I can't figure out the admin stuff whatsoever. So it's like, no, I am definitely not in it for the money, because when I started, I was making none. But I just kept going and kept going. And whenever Stacy is, whenever it started getting much bigger. So it's like I am thankful that I got to do it because I wanted to, and not because I felt I had to or because of the money. Again, I thought at first I was like, oh, this is going to be great and easy. But I continued because I did enjoy it, and the connections that I was making. I just loved the people. And so I just kept going and kept going. And luckily, I had other income. So it wasn't imperative that I succeed so much. It was, for me, it was more of the social and meeting these ladies. So that was what it was for me, to be honest. And more so still is. I just added, now I love meeting the clients and learning uh, what what drives them and learning about them. So yeah.
So, what makes you stand out in this industry? You might have explained that earlier, but
Uh, who knows? Like I said, I'm not the best interview because I just word vomit. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of editing to this. But
No, not really.
oh, great. So I would say I stand out. Well, visually, I believe my arches. I have very high arches, and so I know that's desirable, and a lot of wrinkles. And then I have large boobs, so that's what gets everyone's attention. Yeah. So, and I'm 47, and I look good for my age. Actually, I shouldn't even say for my age, because there are people now you can't tell, and they're in their 70s, right? So it's like you can't even say that anymore. But I feel confident with where I'm at in my life and how I look. And so I think that that stands out. And I'm also a very good mommy dom. That stands out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
You're like, well,
so,
I don't know what to say to
no,
that.
no, that was yeah, no, I always have respect for the mommy doms. That's
Why, thank you.
so. How do you want people to remember you in this industry?
As someone who assisted in bringing the community together, that's what, because, yeah. And for that to continue and for that to grow. So, because I love this community, I get emotional because I do love this community. And I am so thrilled to be able to bring people together. I talk to so many people who, with Texas foot parties, they've never been to a party before. They've never got to openly uh, do what they want to do, which is worship feet and just look at them and love them. And so I love whenever they come to us and we get to bring them in and show them that they belong. They belong just like everybody else does. Uh, Everyone belongs. Everyone deserves a seat wherever they choose. And we should all be so welcoming. So I that's what I hope to be remembered for.
And where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Well, I in 5 or 10 years, you will find me on an island running and overseeing many successful wellness retreats as I my full-time work, and it's not work. I say that in a different definition. I am a spiritual life coach, and in 5 to 10 years, we will be all over the world to show everyone that they belong.